Assalamualaikum guys, welcome back to my channel The Beating Bowl and welcome back to another episode of this channel. Okay, so in today's video I'll be sharing a recipe of super moist chocolate cake, and for that the ingredients we need will be, so first of all I have taken hot boiling water 1 cup. Okay, so then I have caster sugar 1.5 cup actually. Here I have 1/3 cup of cocoa powder sifted. It is 96 grams. And then here we have flour sifted, all-purpose flour. I've taken it 2.5 cups. Here we have white vinegar. I have taken it 1/2 tablespoon. Here I have instant coffee. I've taken it 2 teaspoons. Here I have salt, which is half a teaspoon. And then what we'll be needing is that here is our baking powder. I've taken it 1.5 teaspoon. Here I have vanilla essence, which is 2 teaspoons. Okay, so here we have the baking soda, and I've taken it 1/2 tablespoon. Here we have 1/2 cup of oil. I have 1 cup of milk, which is actually at room temperature. Then here we have the 3 eggs, and these are also at room temperature. So here are the ingredients that we need for our super moist chocolate cake. So let's move on to the next step. So moving on to our first step, which is that here we have our instant coffee. Then I'll be adding this inside the water. Let me just clean it up. And then we'll just mix it and set it aside. Okay, so moving on, here we have a flour, and here are all the dry ingredients. Here we have our baking soda. I'll add this. Then we have a baking powder. So then I have the salt. I'll do it later. Then we have our cocoa powder. So these all ingredients are sifted well. Make sure that you sift them. Okay, so instead of caster sugar, and then I'll add this sugar. So now we'll just give it a mix, and then I'll tell you what to do next. Next step, I have mixed all my dry ingredients well, and then I have all those wet ingredients. Okay, so what I'll be doing is that I'll be adding all them turn by turn and then beating them all. Firstly, I'm adding the vinegar. Here goes the vinegar, and here we have the vanilla. And then we have 1/2 cup of oil. Here we have 1 cup of milk at room temperature. And then I'll crack in these 3 eggs and I'll come back. Okay, so as you guys can see, I have my mixture ready. Okay, so you guys can see that I've also added the coffee mixture inside it and then beat it well. Here we have its consistency. It's running actually. And then what I'll be doing is that here I have 8-inch round pan, greased with the oil and lined with parchment paper. Okay, so now what I'll be doing is that I'll be baking it at 180 degrees in preheated oven for about 40 minutes. So let's bake it, and then I'll tell you how to just make that frosting and actually that chocolate syrup too. So let's meet. So here we have a cake. So for the chocolate syrup, what we will be needing is that here I have 1 cup of hot water. So let me just pour it carefully. Here I'll add it inside this, and then I'll add, here we have 1/2 cup of cocoa powder and 1/2 cup of powdered sugar, and then we'll whisk it and let it aside until the cake bakes and cools down. For the frosting, chocolate frosting, what I'm doing is that in the double boiler I've added 400 grams of dark chocolate. It's optional. If you want to take like milk chocolate, you can go for it. So what I'll be doing is that here I have 300 ml of whipping cream, chilled whipping cream, and now I'll add it inside the double boiler and let it melt. So let me just show you after a while. So as you guys can see, our chocolate is just about to melt. Here are some pieces of chocolate, and we'll let it melt until it's smooth. So let's wait until it gets smooth. Now that it's smooth, what I will be doing next is that I'll be adding half a teaspoon of vanilla. I always use food net vanilla, as you guys can see. You guys can't see it. Okay, so here then I have 2 tablespoons of cocoa. I'll add it and I'll add the vanilla. So then we'll mix it again. See, I've taken off the bowl from the saucepan and now I'll allow it to cool for like maybe 15 minutes outside, and then I'll refrigerate it for about 1 to 2 hours until it gets chilled, and then we'll whip it. So let's meet after that. Okay guys, so as you guys can see, our cake is ready to just assemble, and as you guys can see that I have just cut the cake into 2 equal slices. And now what I'll be doing is that I'll be just taking that chocolate syrup and I'll be just brushing it. Okay, and then I'll just frost it and I'll meet you after I frost it. Okay, so here I'm done frosting the first layer, and then I'm gonna just line up the second layer and do the same thing. Hope you guys liked the video, and make sure to give it a big thumbs up. I will catch you in the next video. Till then, Allah Hafiz.